Welcome back, viewers, for the third day of my 30-day challenge. The challenge to myself, where I can share my knowledge and views and tips and tricks for children's preparation for their exam. Exam just being a month away. I'm just trying to share the tips and tricks that can work for your children in a very short period of time. And that is how I have learned it. And that's the reason, that is the exact same tips I'm sharing with all of you here. So today we are talking about how to solve any math word problem easily, right? Many of you know that when children encounter problems in their exams, when it is just numbers with a sign, say this number plus this number, they just easily write it off. They don't have any difficulty in that or doing in that. So when they have this addition problem, subtraction, multiplication, division, or even a time problem, whatever, they're able to finish it off easily, do it off easily. But when it comes to word problems, that's when they struggle a bit, because there is every problem seems different to them, right? And this is where parents are also clueless what to do, how to make my child uh, score well, or those things, right? Now we know that for all this to happen, children have to learn to think, right? And the questions are going to be different. And this is the one area where parents cannot be sure that children will write the answers for such questions in their exam. That's when parents feel helpless, right? If it is just addition problem, you can teach the technique and the child will do it. If it's a subtraction, they can do it. But if it's a word problem, which question, what operation we should do? Many a times they're lost, and parents are also helpless. They can't help them. Now, I'm going to share five methods. Five methods that you can. That's five methods of problem solving. Basically, any problem you can solve using these five methods. And when I say any problem, not only a math problem, even a life problem, we can solve it in this way. That exact principles is what we are going to learn here. That's why we call math is a life skill, because without math, we cannot solve problems in our life. And any person, any parent who feels, any person, any parent, okay, who feels that they are not a math person, or they are feeling they are a weak person, let me tell you a secret. Shall I tell you a secret? Shall I tell you? The secret is, though you are believing that you are not a math person, I can 100% guarantee you that you are a math person, irrespective of what happened in your school life, whatever be the case. Parents, you are a math person, whatever you think. Why? Because without solving problems of your life, you wouldn't have come to this level. And because you're solving problems in your life, that means you're thinking mathematically. It is just not possible to exist without using mathematics. It's just not possible to exist, at least on earth. Okay, it's not possible, because you're existing, you are raising children, you're solving problems of your life. That means you're a problem solver. Who are problem solvers? Mathematicians. And there is a mathematician in each one of you parents. Remember that, and never again, if you're seeing this video, my request is never again in your life tell this sentence: I'm not good in math, or I'm not a math person, I'm weak in math. Never say that. Today I just attended an education conference. Believe it or not, people in very high positions tell such things. Then I'm like amazed. Oh my God. If people in the education industry at high positions are saying that I'm not a math person, I'm a sociology person, I'm a psychology person, and in high positions, day in, day out, they're solving problems. Without mathematical thinking, how can they even solve any problem? That's not possible. So they might have got less score in mathematics. That is irrelevant. Mathematics score doesn't define you. So first you believe that you are a math person too, you are a mathematician too, then you can make your children do the same way. Okay. Giving that context, let me start with my first method. Right. Let me start my first method. Give me a second for me to share you a document that I have prepared for all of you. Right. I've prepared a document and I'll be giving this document link in the the first comment of this video. You can access this document for your reference. So here I talk about 5 easy ways to solve any math word problem. Okay, these are all methods that I have assimilated from my education experience, as being a student, as being a teacher, and from learning from great people, but adapted to myself, my way of learning, right? So let's jump into the first method that I call it as a GFR method. GFR. The GFR means simple. It's a 3-step. G stands for given, F stands for find what, and R stands for relevant formulae. Means what? Take any problem, there are 3 steps to be followed. 3 steps that you have to follow. What is the first step? First, you have to read the question and take note of the given data to you. What is given to you? You can either underline it with a certain color, or you can draw about it. Whatever is given to you. Say a problem is given. There is a circle of radius so much. If such a question comes, right? There is a circle, let's say. So when I say there is a circle of certain radius, I stop reading there. I stop reading there. So they think circle. Okay, there is a circle. And they're telling next the radius is there. So I say radius. I'll draw a radius. And then I'll write the radius is 3 centimeter. They've given. So the sentence stops and I write that. I draw it. Or it could be another sentence which says there were this many sailors on a boat or something like that. So what happens? There are this many sailors on the boat. So 100 sailors, something like that is given to you. Sailors on a boat or something like that. Okay. Not 100 is not possible. Maybe 10. Okay. Maybe 10 sailors on a boat or something like that. Okay. So what do you do? The other way is to underline the given thing in a certain color. Next thing, what do we do is find what? You have to next understand what is it that I have to find. Take a note of that. The next thing is, so in the same question, if I say there are 10 sailors on a boat, okay, 6 of them, get out or get off the boat or something like that. Okay, get off the boat or something like that. So this is also given to me. So it's a blue color. Then the next question, then the next sentence says, how many sailors are left or something like that, right? Very, very simple question also I've taken. How many sailors are left? How many sailors are left? So what happens? What is the question? What does I have to find out? The next sentence is how many? That's a question. What do I have to find out? Sailors left. It's in a different color, I'm underlining. Now, coming to this question of geometry, let's say, I've said there's a circle of radius 3 centimeter, and you are supposed to find the area. So I write next, I write area of this is a question mark. So the next step is find. Done. Then the third step is relevant formulae, or relevant formulae or relevant concept. Now we have to write the relevant formula or concept. Coming to the circle area, what is the relevant formula for this? Is the area of a circle. Area of a circle. What's the formula? Formula is pi r square. I write this formula. Now, after this, what do I have to do? I know what is given, right? Radius is given. So I write that. And I just, okay, I know is 3 square, and pi is 22/7, and things like that. I go on to calculate, I get the answer. Simple. In this question, let's say, what's the relevant concept? So 10 sailors were there. I can even draw. We can also make your children draw. 10 sailors means 10 lines I'm going to draw. 10 sailors, okay, 10 sailors were there, and 6 of them get off. Get off means get off. I will get off. 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, get off. So what happened? I drew the entire situation also. Now, what is the relevant concept? When I'm cutting off thing, the concept is subtraction. So the relevant concept is subtraction. And what do? 10 is where 6 you subtract and get a 4. So it might seem very, what is this, man? It's a very simple method to follow. What is there in that? But the point here is, I'm saying children are not yet thinking in that flow of thought. Given what is given, take a stock of it, take a note of it. Find what, take a note of it. Then think about what is the relevant formula for it. What is for that situation? What is the concept? Now, for this, when I say, especially in addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, I have a very simple methodology to talk about. How do you define addition, subtraction? How can a child understand or figure out whether it's addition or subtraction or multiplication, division? So I just say, add means bringing together. Bringing together. Bringing together. Subtract means taking away. See, I am not talking about the keyword. Very important thing. Don't go by keywords like left, increased, more and all. Because, see, I can simply ask, there are, Ravi had 7 chocolates and Sham had 4 chocolates. How much more chocolates did Ravi have? Though the word says more children would think like addition. But then we know that to get the answer, how much more does Ravi have? We have to do subtraction. So it's a very, very wrong approach to teach children to go by the keywords mentioned in the question. It's a very, very wrong approach. That's why they get confused. No, instead, like just I did it, let them draw the situation and visualize the situation as if it's actually happening. Then think whether it is something is bringing together, something is coming together, or something is taken away. If something is taken away, surely it's a subtraction. Then if it's a something adding again and again, it's a multiplication. And if it's a grouping, or if it's repeated subtracting, or if it's a distribution, like distributing among different bouquets, distribution among different boxes, or are we grouping? So division could have 3 different meanings when we come to think about it. It can be grouping that they're doing, or repeatedly subtracting something's happening, or distribution can happening. So this is where a lot of children struggle. Addition has only one meaning, subtraction is only one meaning, multiplication is only one meaning. Division also contextually it has the same meaning, but then it looks different, 3 different ways it looks. So children get confused about this. So it's very important to give all these 3 scenarios to the children. And if that scenario is happening in that question, then that you are supposed to, if a grouping is happening, then you have to do division. If repeated subtraction is happening, you have to do division. If distribution is happening, do division. So once they draw, once they do the given, once they find out what is to found out, and now to find the relevant concept, what did I do? I drew out the situation. I drew 10 sailors, and then 6 of them get off the board, things like that. So when you draw it, that becomes easier. Okay, that's the first method. I've also clubbed in the fifth method also. So this is the first method. This gives them a structure to think about, right? Okay, the next method is convert English to math. Convert English to math. If you see here, what I have shared here is, let's say a question is there. The cost of 2 pencils and 3 erasers is 7. I stop there itself. I don't read further at all. That I tell all my students, don't read the entire question and then think what to do. Take part by part. Take phrase or a sentence and stop there. And do something about it. Do something about it means I can write about it, I can draw about it, or something about it I can do. So I stop there. The cost of 2 pencils and 2 erasers is 7. Okay. What can I write about it? So I can write 2 pencils. Okay. I want to convert that English sentence into a mathematical equation. 2 pencils. I'm writing short forms. Okay. And when I say and, I have given some symbols here. If it's a and, it means a plus. If the word is times, it means a multiplication. Is means equal to. Of means is also multiplication. More means plus. Less means minus. These are the basic things that usually come in all the sentences, or many times it comes. Much more also is there. But then these are basic things which we can pick it up. Now, this is not a keyword. This is not a keyword. How much is left off? See, keyword is where you're taking the keyword and deciding what operation to do. But here I'm not doing keyword. And actually means addition only. Right? Actually means addition. Times means multiplication only. Doesn't change at all. But more sometimes will mean, sometimes it will be addition. Sometimes it will not be. So it's not the keyword. It's the method of changing a sentence alone. So let's say cost of 2 pencils plus 3 erasers, right? 2 plus pencils and is plus 2 erasers is means equal to 7. I get like that. Then again, the next, while the cost of 5 pencils and 4 erasers is 14. That's what I've written here. 5p plus 4e is equal to 14. Now, find the cost of each pencil and each eraser. So I know that because 2 pencils is costing 2p to me, so each pencil means it will be 1p. Cost of 1 eraser means it's 1e. So the previous method also I will include this. So I will know that I have to find out what is p, 1p, basically what is 1e. That is what I have to find out. Basically, I have to find out what is p and what is e according to the question. So given is there here, to find is there here, and what is the relevant formula or concept? It is simultaneous equation, simultaneous linear equation. Because you would have seen that kind of simultaneous linear equation. Why? Because two equations are there. 5p plus 4e is 14. So a simultaneous two equations are there, and both of them have the power of 1. So it's the relevant concept is this one. Okay, how do I solve the simultaneous linear equation? And go ahead and solve it. So convert any English statement into a math equation part by part by reading part by part. That's what I talk about. Next, the method 3 is when children see large numbers in a word problem, they're like, oh, my mind boggling. It's very difficult. Though they know clearly when to do addition, when to do subtraction, when to do multiplication, they know clearly, but then they become very mind boggled when they see huge numbers like 1,30,340, or they see a fraction, or they see a decimal, or they see some alphabet. Instead of numbers, they see alphabet. So what do I tell my students is, forget about all the large numbers that is there. No, when the where the place of numbers is there, just put a small scratch and put just some number you put. Say 1,30,347 is there. Take the first number here, first digit here, and just scratch it out. Think it is just one. Okay. Think it is one, and then deal with it. And entire question will have many numbers. No, in every place, whenever there's a large number, just change it off to a smaller number, and then reread the question, then do the same GFR method, given, find, and relevant concept. Once you find out the relevant concept, oh, it's going to be multiplication. Oh, then I know now instead of multiplying the 1, I will be taking the 1,30,347 and no multiplication. Once I know it is a division of something, I take the 23 by 25, whatever the fraction, and I do the division of the fraction. For the same way for decimal. So whenever something is mind-boggling numbers, just change that mind-boggling number to a simple single-digit number, and then think about it with those numbers. Then think about what concept will work there. The same concept should be working for the large numbers. So this I call it as replace large numbers with small numbers. Then method 4 that I've already explained in other method 1 itself. Basically nothing but draw the problem. Whatever the problem is telling, draw it. Now a question says, this person traveled from city A to city B. City A to city B. It took so much time, something like that, 2 hours. And then he traveled to city C. It took for him 4 hours to travel and things like that. So literally draw all the information given to you. And after drawing, you will be able to visualize the problem and do the problem. Okay, use your drawing skills. The last method that I'm going to talk about is understand the story and guess the climax. Understand the story. Now, means read the question as if it's a story and take small things like this. Okay, this is there, this man was there here, and this man was there here. Make it like a movie, right? This is okay. Take physical things and okay, this is moving, this is coming, this is on top of this, is on whatever the question is saying. Take physical things if you're practicing at home and make it like a story. And anytime when you go to a movie and watch a movie, you understand the story, you are able to guess the climax. This is what is going to happen. You're going to guess, right? So like that, guess means what I'm saying. See, whenever, especially the multiplication and division, children get confused where I should do multiplication, where I should do division. This is the trick that I give my students. See, every time in a multiplication, the answer is always greater than the question numbers. Answer is always greater than the question number, excluding decimal numbers, where it's possible that you get lesser, and fractions, right? So whenever the answer is going to be more, so take the situation, visualize the situation. Now, will the outcome be more? If it is going to be more than what is given, then surely it's a multiplication. If the outcome is going to be something lesser than what is already there in the question, then it's a division. This technique I use only specifically for removing the confusion of children when they're having multiplication or division. Is it multiplication or is it division? Is it multiplication or division? Addition and subtraction, children easily figure it out because it is taking away, right? When they're removing, when something is reducing, they easily able to figure out. But multiplication, division, they get confused. For this situation, whenever the answer becomes more, you do multiplication. Whenever the situation, you visualize situation and you think the answer is going to be less than whatever was there in the question, then go ahead and do the division, right? If you have any questions for me, do leave those questions in the comment for me so that I can answer them. And if there are no questions, I'm going to wind up this live. If you want me to talk about some specific challenges that your children are facing with respect to exam preparation, I'm happy to take those topics. Do leave a comment or a message to me to this WhatsApp number that is there on the screen. Either way, I would be very happy to help you all. My objective is to give what is valuable to you, what will be of use to you. If it's of no use to you, maybe I'm going in a wrong direction, and I'm not meeting my objective also. My objective is to show you how to solve math easily and remove your children's math fear, right? How to make your children solve math very easily and remove their math fear. In the subsequent live videos, I'm also going to talk about um, sorry, subsequent live videos, I'm going to talk about how to handle the anxiety or the fear that is there just before the exam or the previous day or just before entering the exam hall. How to handle that also I'm going to talk about. That is one of the topics surely there. Is there anything else that you want me to uh, share? I would be very happy, because there are treasure troves of knowledge inside me that will come out only if I dig it with the right questions, and only with your help I will be able to do that. Because until a problem is faced, mind does not try to uh, bring the information out. As I was explaining yesterday, until a goal is given, the mind does not go and check for the answers. So, though I might know many things, uh, I would please request you all to leave a message or a comment or something like that, with which I will be able to do what is valuable to you, what is useful to you all. With that, and my live, let me see if there are any questions by that time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.